is Pilato? And who or rather why has Pilato fled to South Africa? Is there freedom of expression in Zambia? Why has Pilato refused an offer to meet Zambia's High Commissioner to South Africa? What time is it? It's question time. Hotsong, Mraro, Rula. Welcome to the show. My name is Mpoto. The past week saw us, the media, absorbed by the political earthquake of unanticipated change in the president's office. Let's take a deserved break from those events and focus on something quite tied to democracy, namely freedom of expression. Now, freedom of expression in our region, actually in the entire SADC region, that is, when the ANC were in exile, they ran the Radio Freedom radio station from Lusaka, Zambia. So we may have a tendency to associate Zambia with freedom. That country in 1991 was to become the first one in Africa to peacefully replace a ruling party with an opposition. In fact, since then, the Zambians have replaced another ruling party with an opposition through the ballot, thereby leading a club of only 3 out of 54 nations in Africa who have peacefully replaced ruling parties twice since their independence. Despite that, freedom of expression in Zambia is under critical scrutiny. Now, I have with me here in studio someone who is in hiding. Well, in hiding because he talks, or let's say he sings too much. He's one of Zambia's most popular musicians, Fumba Chama. He goes by the stage name Pilato. It's a Zambianizing of that biblical name, Pilato. 5 weeks or so ago, Pilato arrived in South Africa as a self-exiled musician. He claimed to have fled death threats because of a song he sang about a rat in the pot. Some supporters of Zambia's ruling party, the Patriotic Front, think in that song titled Koswe Mpoto, Pilato is talking about their President Edgar Lungu. For those wanting to know, the song is about rats invading a home and stealing everything. Rights group Amnesty International has described the threats on Pilato's life as an attempt to silence dissenting views. Meanwhile, Pilato accuses the Zambian government of muzzling freedom of expression. So we are live today, and indeed you can call us and air your views. The number to dial is 089-110-4210. If you are in Zambia or other states outside South Africa, do give us a call. The number to dial +27 89-110-4210. Tweet us your comments. Our Twitter handle @QuestionTime24. And a reminder that you can also stream us on our Facebook page, SABC News Online, and our YouTube channel, YouTube.com/SABC Digital News. So my guest today, Pilato. He's a Zambian musician, and we're expecting to be joined by His Excellency Emmanuel Mwamba, the Zambian High Commissioner from our Pretoria studios. So we'll see as time goes. Perhaps he will be with us. Pilato, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Ipo.
You don't look like you're in hiding.
It's because I'm safe.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels safe.
Now, tell us your story. I mean, in December, you released this song, Koswe Mpoto. And, well, it was a hit, and all of a sudden, you were a wanted man. Some sympathizers of the president said, no, you must get arrested. And then you fled.
Actually, they didn't say I should be arrested. They wanted to deal with me. So they had their main target was to beat me and make me run around town. And I don't know how that was going to happen, but they had threatened to deal with me adversely, like they were going to do all the crazy stuff on me.
So what does this song say? I mean, if it's only about rats invading the kitchen and stealing everything, including things which they do not need, why should you be arrested?
That's a part of the problem I don't understand. It's you know, I can assume reactions as an artist. When you're composing a song, there are things that you can actually anticipate and prepare yourself for. But that low shallowness of thinking is something that you can't expect. So I don't understand how people go to that kind of thinking and how they reacted like that to a song that was talking about animals. I don't know, and from what position they were speaking, because they were not.
Are rats that much loved in Zambia that you can't accuse them of stealing?
That's what I realized. I think it's they've got they're more important than humans, because speaking about rats got people upset. So I'm sure.
Was it government that wanted to detain you, or was it just diehards of the ruling party?
After the release of the song, the initial threats I got came from a Patriotic Front branch, from the chairperson of the party, from the central province. So he had warned me that they were going to deal with me if I didn't withdraw the song in the 48 hours. So then I told him that I may be creative but not intelligent enough to withdraw a song that's already out. So do what you want to do.
Okay. So it wasn't government.
So let me get there. So then so when they withdrew after the 48 hours, I couldn't withdraw the song. So then he says, okay, they're withdrawing the threats. So immediately I started receiving threats from their cadres, who are in most cases violent.
Okay.
So these are coming from, like the ones that I got straight were coming from the intercity bus station where they operate from. So I'll find it hard to distance the government from them, because these people are funded and work with the government, with the party in power.
All right, let me bring in the High Commissioner, His Excellency Mwamba. Your Excellency, welcome to the show, and I appreciate you making time to talk to us on such short notice. What is the government's reaction? Here is Pilato. He says he was threatened by, he's not saying by government, that I must say up front, but he was threatened by citizens and members of the ruling party. What is your reaction? He has now run to South Africa.
Thank you very much. If there was any single threat on Pilato, you should simply report it to the police. Zambia is a democratic state. It respects human rights, freedom of expressions, and any other freedom. So if he has any threat on his life, not coming from the state, not coming from government, not coming from the party, he should simply report it to the police, because that's a criminal matter.
So, in this case, let me just establish from him. Pilato, did you report this matter to the police?
Okay, the situation is like this. I would have loved if the High Commissioner was explicit enough. These cadres are managed and paid by the people in power, the Patriotic Front, which is a party in government.
Yeah.
So these people have beaten people from the police station. These people have hacked people at graveyards. These people have beaten people and when you report to the police have no power at the moment. These are facts that are on the ground.
But did you report?
I didn't report because they are controlled they are controlled and overpowered by the same thugs. So it's like reporting the son to the father.
How Commissioner? Well, he says he doesn't have confidence in the police.
It is regrettable. We have many cases of party cadres from both sides who have misconducted themselves or acted violently, and they've been arrested, charged, and in many cases even jailed. The record is very clear. We have many cases of party cadres, even from the ruling party, that are even serving. There's one set of cadres that are serving 15 years in jail because a life was lost. So Pilato is not telling the truth. If he wishes to live in South Africa, he can live in South Africa without damaging the reputation or democratic credentials of Zambia. He has, in the past, sung songs that would be considered far stronger in lyrics, far deeper than what he has said, or far more offensive. He has not been arrested, he has not been taken to court, he has not been acted upon violently by any person. And Pilato is not the only one that would issue strong words against government.
Well,
there are many, including opposition leaders, and they are not harmed.
Well, he was arrested in 2015.
No, that case never went anywhere.
Yeah, it never did. Well, maybe it was just an intimidating tactic.
Yeah, but officially there is clearly no threat on Pilato from the state, from government, from State House, or even from the ruling party. He refers to one official from Central Province who issued threats on him. Now, that person is not the official spokesperson of the party. The party has a structure. They have official spokespersons who would speak on that matter. If someone from intercity bus stop has threatened Pilato, simply go to the police. We'll have them arrested. Because Pilato has a fundamental right to express himself.
Yeah.
He has a fundamental right to enjoy his artistic freedom. And I think we've shown over the years that he's not the only one. There are many people that would say things that would be considered offensive against government, and they've not been arrested.
Ulisani, Chitandani. Ulisan?
Ndandona.
Lokove.
La.
Hey, Lokovera, Ulisan?
Hello.
Ulisani?
Yeah. Ndabo tethu.
Lokovera, Ulisan? Okay, maybe put his name on the screen.
Hello.
Enda.
Hello.
Okay, we're having.
La.
Ulisan, can you hear us now? Okay, Wilson can't hear us. Fine. He'll give us a call back. 089-110-4210. Now, Pilato, why are you smearing the good name of the Republic of Zambia with mud? I mean, if you have not been forbidden from singing your music and all that, why are you saying all these sorts of things? The High Commissioner is disputing.
I think the High Commissioner is just doing his job, so we must understand that. There's a very big difference between somebody who speaks out of conviction and somebody who speaks out of duty, so he has to be paid. And there's no way he's going to sound different from what he sounded. At the end of the day, he's got to be paid. To begin with, these party cadres have been terrorizing people for a number of times, even against political parties. And after now, there's no one who's been arrested because of that. These people have beaten people in the presence of the police. And even the ruling party, even Mr. Mwamba himself, has never claimed responsibility or punished anyone in that regard. So it is very responsible of him. And obviously, I hope that these boys don't rise against him, because when they do, you have no excuse, you have no story to tell. These people have beaten people, and they've injured a number of innocent citizens. I'm not talking this from without. This, if you were to go and ask anybody in Zambia, they will tell you that what these cadres are capable of doing.
Now, he offered to meet with you, and you refused. It's very difficult to meet somebody who doesn't share in your fears. You know, I was going to meet him if he had understood and appreciated the fact that I was threatened. But how do you know that he doesn't share that?
He had issued a statement.
If you have not met with him,
he had issued a statement in which he was trivializing my threats. So then there was no way I was going to sit with somebody who doesn't agree that my life is threatened.
Why didn't you go to explain to him so that he understands?
We had chatted before he issued a statement. So then he went on to trivialize the threats that are against my life, and then issued a statement. So for me, there's no way I'm going to sit down with somebody who doesn't share into my fears. This man doesn't believe that I'm threatened. What am I going to sit down and talk about?
Okay, let's go to Kaelicha. Is it? I didn't get the name. Is it Lungelo? Lungelo?
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Hello, Mpo.
Yes, Putin.
Mpo, hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, Mpo.
Lungelo. Okay.
How are you, Mpo?
I'm well. Thanks for the call, Lungelo.
Okay. How are you, Mpo? I'm well. Thanks for the call, Lungelo.
Okay, Lungelo, I'm not so sure if you can hear us, but we seem to be having some technical problem. And very good news now is that we have the High Commissioner in studio now, right there. Before we go to a break, High Commissioner, let me just allow you a few seconds or a minute or so. Pilato says you trivialized his plight and he saw no point in meeting you.
It's regrettable, but we met Amnesty International, reiterated our democratic credentials, and even spoke on the issues of threats against Pilato. If there are such threats, like I stated earlier, Mr. Pilato should simply report them to the police. The police will act on them. His lack of confidence in the police does not reduce the standing of the police in our country. The police remains a constitutional office. They have a mandate to keep law and order and to attend to any threat or to freedoms, like in the case of Pilato.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll be taking your calls 089-110-4210. If you're outside the borders, plus 2789-110-4210. We shall return.
Fitting into your thin pants. Mowing the lawn without mowing the cable. When your washing machine gives you all your socks back.
With so many good deals at the Tops at Spa Fest, you'll find any reason to celebrate. Buy a bottle of Russian Beer triple distilled vodka and 2 Power Play energy drinks for only $119.99. Only at the Tops at Spa Fest.
Welcome back. You're still watching Question Time. Our guest today is Pilato. He's a Zambian musician, and joining us from Pretoria, His Excellency Emmanuel Mwamba is the Zambian High Commissioner. We're talking freedom of expression in Zambia. So we should be able to get some new lines which you can use. Yeah, that's the number, 011-714-6843. If you're outside the borders, don't include that 0. It's just plus 2711-714-6843. We'll just keep that number on screen there. But Pilato, if the High Commissioner is saying the police are there to ensure that everybody is protected, you know, the problem that we will have is if you do not even recognize the institutions that are there, how then do you get helped? Are you not just abusing the freedom that exists out there?
To start with, I do not in any way disrespect the police. But like, you know, the institutions like police officers must be independent and free, so then they have the duty to protect everyone. In our case, the police have become democratic decorations which exist as just figures. And it's people like Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba and his team that are controlling these people. These people have ignored crimes that, like in the past, there are people that have been beaten, injured, and battered at police station, and none of them have been arrested up to now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the government keeps distancing itself from such members. So when these people inflict this crime, they inflict this pain on other people, they injure people, they beat up people, the first thing you hear from the government is we are distancing ourselves from the people that committed such a crime. You know? So the police are there, very good police officers. I must mention Zambian police officers are very good and professional, but they've been overtaken by politicians.
Okay.
And people like Emmanuel Mwamba.
Mathieu, you are in Mohali City. Welcome. Yeah.
If the government of Nigeria can do it to Fela Anikula Puputi, if Mugabe can do that to Thomas Mafumo.
Why can't the Zambian government do it to Pilato? I think that's what you wanted to say. Well, Your Excellency, are you suppressing freedom of expression in Zambia? And just tell us, what crime, is it true that you can't say anything about the president in Zambia?
That is not true. You should hear a man called Chimbakambwili. You should watch his press conferences. You should see how explicit he is in his language. The language is direct, offensive to the president. There is even a law that stops someone from defaming the president. It's a criminal offense, but he's not been arrested. And there are thousands like him. So why would government target Pilato over a song that is indirect, that mentions no one, that refers to animals? I think, like I stated earlier, if Mr. Pilato wishes to join us in South Africa, he's welcome. But he should not state lies. He should not manufacture fear in his own mind. Because that fear for me is not legitimate. I've stated that the fear is not legitimate because it's not founded. No government has threatened him. No state institution or organ has threatened him. He says there are a few people that he names that have threatened him. And we have stated that's a criminal offense for anyone to issue any threat. And such threats should be attended to. He can even go to court to compel the police to act if he doesn't have faith in the police. But to state that there's no freedom of expression is a lie.
Okay,
there is freedom of expression. You
hold it there. Let's take Moses. Moses, you are in Malvern. Welcome. I have Moses. Mr. Loverin.
Hello. Ya asihlamarisi leswi humelelaka. Mifumo hinkwayo ya la Afrika loko wo languta kusukela ha ri vatsongo. Mifumo hinkwayo ya la Afrika a yi na record ya kahle loko swi ya ka malunghelo ya vanhu. Hikuva vafumi lava hina loko va fuma va teka mfumo leyiwani ingaku i vuhosi kumbe i lunghelo ro karhi ro tlimbeleta vanhu lava faneleke va vulavula ntiyiso va highlighta swilo leswi vanhu va faneleke va swi tiva kumbe ku tlharihisa vanhu.
Moses, maswilo yini ani la kaya loko munhu a lava ku yimbelela wa swi kota ku yimbelela hambi u lava ku yimbelela hi president kumbe va mani a swi na mhaka sweswo. Swilo yini lavan'wani va nga swi koti ku pfumelela vanhu lava lavaka ku yimbelela ku va yimbelela hi ku chucheka?
I ntiyiso walowo ni yima na n'wina kambe mi fanele mi languta swin'wana. Ku na swin'wana switichi hambi ku ri kona sweswi hi hanyaka nkarhi wa sweswi ku na tinghoma to karhi loko munhu a vulavula swo karhi mi kuma leswaku tinghoma teto a va lavi ku ti tlanga.
Moses, well, Moses they're saying, well, it seems to be a pattern right throughout the continent that governments just believe that their leaders are like kings. You don't have to say anything. Now, how do you define, Your Excellency, defamation of the president?
We have in our laws, it's a colonial legacy. These laws were created and of course we've just inherited.
Now why are you keeping them? If you know that they are colonial in nature and content, why are you keeping them?
First of all, these laws prohibit, anyone saying anything offensive or anything that would demean the office of the president and visiting dignitaries. It is there on many Commonwealth statutes. Democracy is an ongoing venture. You keep on reforming, but making it better all the time.
Yeah, but would I be correct, Your Excellency?
2016.
Would I be correct, Your Excellency, to say you're keeping that law because it suits the incumbent?
No, not at all. Not at all.
But you have repealed all other laws. Why haven't you dealt with this one?
We have a new constitution that was passed in 2015. It expands the realm of freedoms, rights and freedoms.
But since when has Zambia been free?
Are actually revised. What?
Since when has Zambia been free?
It's always been free.
Yeah, but then why does it take you so many years to deal with a law that says you can't say anything about the president or defame his office?
I'll give an example. We have a death penalty on our statute, but no one is sent to the gallows. There is a way in which you can reform as you are waiting for the bureaucratic structures to kick in. Similarly, what Pilato did or what many people do, they never even get arrested. Because we've recognized that we're a democracy, we have to expand our space.
Okay, hold it there. Robin, welcome, quickly. Robin? Okay, Robin is no longer there. Pilate, I also want to understand, are you really singing about rats here, or you just didn't want to say President Lungu?
I'll tell you, my music is iconography. I use symbols to communicate ideas.
Okay, tell us the truth now. You are in South Africa.
Yeah, so this song talks about a leadership that takes advantage of the people. So now, it talks about any leader that's self-serving. So instead of serving the people that gave you power, you're serving yourself. You're stealing from the people that you're supposed to be serving. That's what this song is about.
So is President Lungu stealing?
That's one thing I need to hear, because the people that are saying the song is about the president will have to qualify their notion, that notion.
Okay.
I need to hear that. I need to hear from them as to whether the president is stealing or not.
Okay. Well, we have run out of time. This is a debate that really has to continue. We need to understand what's happening in Zambia, but our artists also just pushing it too far, going to the extremes. That was Question Time for today. A big thank you to my guests and to you for watching the show. For me and the crew, have yourself a wonderful time.